my question is more on the personal side. Have you had any feedback from the Hani family about the book and what has been their response?
I haven't had feedback from them. I've read everything the Hani family that has been written about them. Now, how do I explain this? I believe in truth at whatever cost. You know, there's something you call a hagiography. It's a book where you just depict your hero as a knight in shining armor. And if he was unfaithful or if he stole something, you never mention it because that's a hagiography. You fall in love with the subject of your work, so that's hagiography. Now, Chris Hani was a very attractive man and the woman loved him. He had a number of affairs in his life. And sadly, the night before he was shot, the evidence I had was he spent the night with an air hostess in a motel. You know, that's not a nice thing for a wife to find out about her husband. Should I have put it in the book?
No.
I really wondered if there's someone saying I shouldn't have put it in the book.
Is it there?
Sorry?
I'd like to buy the book.
Yeah,
To find the book and find out.
that guy is dead.
Now, you know, there you have it. There's someone who's horrified that I brought it in. Write a hagiography of your own. But you know what it showed? They were watching him so closely. They knew where he spent the last night of his life. And I put it in because the truth is important. You can't just talk about a man as a hero and not explain that there were bad sides. You know, we are many splendid creatures, you know. I don't know if there's a saint amongst you who walks on water. I don't know of many. We have good parts and we have bad parts. But that he strayed a little, does that really alter that he was a brave soldier? And he was a man who should have been president after Nelson Mandela. So I got as much as I could from, you know, there are books written about the Hani family. There's one written by his daughter. I was Chris Hani's daughter, and there's other books about him. So I got all the information that I could. And I didn't contact the Hani family. I wrote the book as it has been written here.
Didn't you write the book following a legal path of similar fact?
Yes.
I wonder if adultery and stuff was also similar facts on these men. Because unfortunately we are all flawed. And I think we've all been brainwashed into thinking that people are heroes, and when they are, they're flawless, but they're not. So my father and my mother very openly speaks about it in the book that she wrote, was that my father had the same tendency. So I think it's that's a topic for another day, but there was two more questions.
Can I just explain the similar fact story? Why I bring in 6 murders is there was a terrible man in England called Arthur Smith. He married 4 times, and each time the wife he had drowned in the bath. And he inherited a lot of money. He first made her change her will, and then ordered a bath for the house where they were living. And suddenly the bride would drown after having an epileptic fit. So after the 4th bride drowned in the bath after an epileptic fit, that was in the newspaper, and an alert reader thought, gosh, this man Arthur Smith's having a lot of bad luck. His wives keep drowning in the bath, you know, and you want to watch the movie, Brides in the Bath. It's a wonderful movie. So the court then had to decide. He's charged with the murder of his last wife. And the prosecutor said, my lord, I want to tell you about the 3 previous wives who all drowned in the bath. And they all made over their wills to George Arthur Smith, and he inherited all the money, and he was there at the funeral crying crocodile tears, you know, while their bodies were taken away. And the judge said, yes, that is similar fact evidence. It shows how George Arthur Smith got his wealth. He would marry a woman, get her to make over her wealth to him, and then kill her. So into our law came the doctrine of similar fact evidence, so that if there's a pattern to what happens to victims, they can bring that against the accused to show, because nobody saw him actually put his wife's head under the water, but they arrived at that conclusion by circumstantial evidence. So my book is then about these 6 victims, and I'm saying there are similar facts. At the time of independence, these people were trying to redistribute the wealth of their countries, and they all get killed because they're in the way of the corporates maintaining the wealth in the country. So that is the similar fact that occurs.